We are at the Gulf Film Festival, and Katy, Chang, and J.R. Osborn have presented the film Glitter Dust, Finding Art in Dubai. Can you guys talk a little bit about the origin of the project? How did it start?
It started when we moved to Dubai January 1, 2009, and the next day, January 2, we were shooting. We used the camera as a way to get to know the city, to get to know our new home, and to get to know the people here, the city here, and meet lots of friends.
Yeah, filming was our way to introduce ourselves to the city and to enter the city in a different way than just settling in and exploring it, as a tourist or exploring it another way. We started filming shortly after we arrived. It changed the way we looked at the city. It changed the way we interacted with the city. And also, we knew we wanted to search for the art that was in Dubai, and it was a way not only to film the art scene, but become part of it at the same time, which gave us a different type of access.
So, of the many aspects of the film, we can say one is a chronicle of your own life in Dubai, and then an approach to the art. And what is the result after how much time you took?
We filmed for a little under 2 years, and then we moved away from Dubai. We moved back to Washington, D.C. to edit and put the results of the film together. I think the whole experience was so overwhelming. We literally had hundreds of hours of tape, hundreds of artists that we interviewed, so many studio visits and gallery visits that we almost need to take a step back to really assess what we had captured.
Mm-hmm. And again, with the idea that you have two elements. One is the personal, a chronicle of your own life in Dubai, approaching the art community, being a member of it, which you guys were. And the other is that the film is a product that you're documenting. You're documenting the art scene. How do you relate to the two, and what are the results for you?
The title of the film is Glitter Dust, Finding Art in Dubai. But in many ways, the result of the art that is in the film is the art that found us as we explored the city with our camera. What came in front of us, our camera, the art that kind of searched us out and brought us into the art community. So it is a personal chronicle in that sense of what we discovered, this slice of the Emirati art scene.
And what was the discovery? There are three artists that you follow in the film, right? What was the choice you made of these three artists, or these three artists chose you? I mean, and how do you see their interrelated chronicle of their art life in Dubai?
We chose them as much as they chose us. After looking through all the footage and all the work that we collected, we had curated these three artists in a way, and their works are vastly different. There's performance, painting, sound, installation, but I think the themes that tie them all together, which tie this whole city together, are ideas of coming from one place to another, travel, migration, loneliness, and just a sense of searching.
And the three that we chose, I think we were attracted to because they're making art about Dubai, about the experience of being in Dubai. Their art is in dialogue with the city, similar to the way that our film is in dialogue with the city. And also, there was a choice on these three artists, Shakik Arabi, Hazamadi, and Vivek Ramachandran, aka Ubik, being the role they played are kind of being examples of what was happening in the Dubai art scene at that time. So we have one who's just starting a new show, young artists trying to develop and enter the scene. One of them is a more established artist, but trying to move in a new direction. So that they were also, each of them kind of plays a role within what was happening in the wider art community at that time, and how it was changing, becoming more experimental, starting to come off the walls, pushing more boundaries. And they were good examples of that.
Okay. But my next two questions are, one is related to the reception, the fact that you brought the film here, you were invited to do it. How do you see that? What kind of response have you had so far? And the other, in terms of your personal development as filmmaker, What does that represent for you? And also talking about the future projects.
Well, yeah, it's an honor to bring the film back to Dubai, since it was filmed here and it's about Dubai. So it has, in terms of the audience of the film, we're screening it here, we're also screening it internationally, and has different roles that it plays. On one, internationally, it helps introduce the world to kind of the Dubai art scene. And kind of what's happening on the ground organically. I think, but locally, showing it locally is very exciting because it also, the film is in discussion with the city. And it's, as we said, it was our chronicle of finding this slice of art in Dubai. And in the response that has been, it's generated a lot of discussion about the future direction of art, the history of art in Dubai, how it has changed since even when we filmed it, and what was there at the time. We've had people come and talk to us about introduce other artists who are working with similar media or similar things with Dubai. We've had people ask, kind of curate their own. When they see that we've chosen these 3 artists as examples, they suggest other curatorial strategies. So it's begun a nice dialogue in that way, as well as hopefully getting those who watch it to curate their own films, at least in their mind, to look at art.
And just to make it precise, you filmed in 2009, you started?
We started in 2009, the beginning of the year, and then filmed all throughout that year, and then filmed part of 2010.
And you're showing now in 2012, right?
Yes.
The first show is here in Dubai.
Yes, this is the world premiere, and we were invited to be part of the official Gulf competition, which made me very excited, the fact that they would seek out a film such as this that offers a critical analysis of art and society, culture here.
Yeah, the film was it's a UAE production. It was the first independent feature-length film produced in the UAE, to the best of our knowledge, and it's also an independent documentary. So the reception, part of the reception that's been very exciting, is introducing documentary form, or maybe not introducing it, but at least publicizing it perhaps for a wider audience of how that form works. It's different than a feature fiction film. It's different than a promotional type video. They raise different types of questions to the viewers about what they're seeing, how they relate to it, and the social questions that it raises, the educational role of documentary and showing people hopefully a slice of life they might not have seen before.
And about the second part, or the second question is, what does it represent in your own evolution as filmmaker? And what is the next step for you?
This is my first feature-length film. I had done shorts and animations, many shorts and animations, but this is a very first feature-length film. So for me, it was a huge growth and exponentially more difficult. And so now that I've gotten my appetite whetted with that, I'm going to work on a new feature that's already underway called Baba Cooks, and it's more personal documentary about the story of my father and his relationship to food, because he grew up starving in the Great Famine of China and ended up becoming a chef in America. And it's how he shares his love and communicates through cooking.
And for you, JR, and how does that your activity as a filmmaker relate to your activity as a writer, researcher?
For me, there's kind of a dual answer. There's the topical answer as well as kind of the mediatic answer. And the topical answer is that much of my research has been looking at the visual culture and the art, historical art, primarily Arabic script and kind of design in the region from a historical lens, and how that's developed over time, how it's changed, how the Middle East has communicated graphically and visually in the past. And so topically, this was a film to bring that into the present and look at what visual culture in the past, and this film is very much an examination of visual culture in the present in Dubai. And so being able to draw those connections, and film being very much kind of the media in which to do that in the current day. The second part, I said the media question, is most of my work has been on writing. And I approach writing very broadly as the recording of communication. and video being a type of electronic writing. I moved into demonstrating and working with that as well as a recording of certain events, and there's a different type of composing that happens in editing from the written text, and being aware of these various processes of communication, how they communicate differently, how they write differently, is a theoretical understanding of the mediatic question that underlies a lot of my scholarly work.
Another aspect about this film and all the discussion it generated was the fact that this is very much like a slice in time and space that we captured, and of course the things that happened before and things that are continually evolving and happening, and maybe even a sequel. People have been talking, well, art keeps changing in Dubai. Are you going to capture that?
Well, that's very good. That's excellent response. All right. Thank you very much for the interview, and congratulations for the success. And we hope to see you again and talk to you again soon.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. It's been an honor.
Thanks, Sophia.